Well, welcome everybody to our program on addiction and recovery from the Sunshine Coast Health Center up here in Powell River, BC. And we've been talking about cravings and this controversy that's arisen with the addition of cravings and how you diagnose an addiction. Because some people think, yes, it's a biological thing. There's no question that it's, cravings and addiction, they just go together. Oh, I relapsed because I had a craving. But as it turns out, a lot of researchers have found out, that may not really explain everything, because one of the things we have discovered is that people will use drugs even if they don't have cravings. So that's kind of interesting. And obviously, people in recovery get recovery because somehow they're able to deal with cravings. At any rate, so we've been talking about some biological theories of cravings, some Alan Marlett's work we've talked about. But in this program, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about a meaning approach to cravings. And so a meaning approach would be basically the idea of how does the individual addict make sense of this feeling he's getting, this urge, this desire to use drugs. Well, it's kind of interesting that one of the things that we've observed here, and there's some research to back this up as well, is that a lot of it depends on how the person makes sense of cravings. So, for example, if our client is scared of cravings, oh, geez, what's going to happen if I get a really wicked craving? That client is generally in trouble. And it's interesting that a client who says that kind of thing will tend to have more cravings and have more intense cravings. It's like they're fighting it. It's like they're so scared. It's almost as if the fear is bringing on the craving. On the other hand, we have clients who have told us, wow, I've had no cravings while I'm here. So that's kind of interesting. So how do we make sense of all this? But it seems to be that if the person approaches cravings as, they're no big deal, or even if I get them, who cares? I'll get a using dream. Big deal. I know it's not real. It's just a dream. Or if I get a craving, I'm quite capable of overcoming that. I'm tougher than this craving. In other words, if they make sense of the craving, that they're not really, as a human being, they're much more powerful than that. Or as a human being, they're able to transcend their biology. And cravings really don't seem to play that big a role. Like, it's really quite fascinating. Right? And it seems to be, again, hinged on this idea of how do they make sense of the cravings in their lives, right? If it's a terrible thing and, oh, geez, I won't be able to handle it and all this, they seem to have a lot of trouble with cravings. On the other hand, if they think, I'm tough, if cravings come, they're totally natural. In fact, they're a sign I'm getting better. Then those people don't seem to have too tough a problem. Anyway, it's kind of interesting, all these little things going on. But that's our program this time, and we'll be back next time with another topic.